Hello. Hello, 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 my darlings. Thank you for joining me on A Slice of Life, A Slice of Life. It's the weekend, baby. It's the weekend, but it's a different kind of weekend in Atlanta. I don't know where you are, but it's a different kind of weekend because ICE is in Atlanta. And because they are in Atlanta, then we need to get out of their way and let them do what they consider their job, which we do not agree, perhaps, with the title of their job, the execution of the job, and the reason for the job. We do not agree, but they believe in it. You don't have enough money, enough resources to make that difference. Not right now. And so I'm asking Black America to not go out there. I'm sorry that Don Lemon got arrested. And Don, there's target on our back. And so I applaud you for standing up and saying, I'm a journalist and I'm just out here, doing what the Constitution said we could do. And like when we marched, when we demonstrated back in the 60s, we stood up for our rights. So I don't have a problem with anybody doing that, but I have a problem with knowing that there's a target on our back and there's a movement underneath all of this that I think that this time we need to use the 4 powers that we have. 4 powers. The power of prayer, the power of the pen, the power of the dollar, and the power of the ballot. 4 powers. I heard my door.
I turned on the oil.
What happened?
I turned on the oil. Papa asked me to.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. I know I heard something. I'm sorry. I had to stop my show to see what was going on. All right, so let me go with the power of prayer. I know you all that you don't believe, that's one thing. But those of us who believe, we know that the power of prayer does something. It may not have been able to help stop the 2 murders in Minneapolis, the 3, we add George Floyd each time, or the many. But we don't know what it did stop. See, I believe that maybe this was going to happen and that was going to happen, but only this happened, that didn't happen. So, excuse me, I just believe in the power of prayer. And I want you to pray. I want you to be specific with the prayer. Specific. A, B, C, and D. I need you, Lord, to change, move, and act. 1, 2, 3, 4. Power of prayer. That kind of getting on your knees kind of prayer. That prayer where you pray, relentlessly. But I believe in the power of prayer. I use myself as an example because I know too many times, they've told me too many times about some kind of different cancers and that God has brought me through. And it's the power of prayer. My friends pray for me. My friends around the world pray for me. People pray for me. And that's why I know the power of prayer will do it. The power of prayer will do this. And so I'm going to go with the power of prayer. Pray. Pray. Pray without cease. Pray. Have a prayer line. Set up a prayer line just for what you want to see change in your street, in your neighborhood, in your family, in your house. But baby, I need you to pray. The next was the power of the pen. I know you said, oh, Georgianne, nobody read those letters. Well, I tell you what, get you a stack of letters. You don't have to sign them then. Send them anonymously. But they need to see that people are your senator and your representative in Congress needs to hear from you. They need to hear. They need to say, I got 8,000 letters here, people. I got 5,000 letters here. I've gotten 3,000 calls here. I got 40,000 emails. They need to hear from you in that way. They need to be able to account and enumerate and quantify the people who are protesting, who need help, who have concerns and issues. They need to quantify that because numbers do make a difference. That's the power of the pen. The power is not called this power of the computer now. The power of the AI-generated letter, however you want to put it. But it's the power of the pen. So the power of prayer and the power of the pen together will make a difference. But there's another power, the power of the dollar. The Montgomery bus march, the Montgomery boycott. You know, the Montgomery boycott, it made a difference. But I'm not saying boycott anybody. I'm saying that you're spending. Watch your spend. Let me tell you something. Money talks, and you know what the rest of it. Money talks and blank blank walks, right? So money talks. If we are at a point where we can't be out at night, I don't know how many of you all saw that woman, a black woman, was stopped by ICE in South Fulton County and questioned about where she was born. When have we had to do that? You know, but that is what they're asking. They're looking for people who were born somewhere else. They could have been naturalized. I don't know. I don't know the process. I don't know what happens after you say I'm naturalized or you say I'm from somewhere else. I don't know. But I do know that they are asking. And so you got to have all your papers with you. And so you might want to do all that shopping during the day. They got roadblocks. And so let me tell you, a friend of mine, this is how he rolls. He rolls on the highway. 285, 166, I-20, I-75, I-85. If it's not in that direction, he doesn't go. Why? Because the side streets and the back street, that's a setup. That's a setup. And you coming down these side and back streets late at night? No. Highway. 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 Or you need to stay at home. So I'm going to tell you, when you start staying home, this happens. When you start staying home, money's not being spent. You're saving some money. You're saving your money when you stay at home. You're saving money when you stay at home. And maybe it's a time to save money because we don't know what is happening. So let's save our money. Let's say save the money. Save the money. Save the money. Save the money. That is going to be the motto. That's what we're saying. We're the power of the dollar. Save your money. And if you're not out at night spending money, then you're saving your money. But somebody's not getting any money. Somebody's not getting it. But you got it at home. Now you ready to spend it when it we're gonna spend some money. We're not spending any right now because we need to be home. We need to see about our families. We need to be working on our first quarter plans. It's too much and it's cold outside and the snow is coming. There's a whole lot of reasons why we might need to be at home. And then the last power is the power of the ballot. We gotta vote. At some point, we're gonna vote. We're going to vote coming up in 2026. This is a voting year. So just get in your mind, just do what you need to do till it's time to go to vote. Don't do anything till it's time to go vote. You see, a stick is not going to get it. You shouting is not going to get it. You acting crazy out there trying to get somebody's attention is not going to get it. But what will get it, if you go and vote. You vote your heart. You vote your conviction. You vote what you believe. But you're going to vote. You need to get in there and vote. Because that has always made a difference, although there's been some kind of discussion about whether or not all ballots were done properly. There's a discussion, and that there's an understanding that maybe the major ballots and major were not done, and then there's a discussion that maybe somebody did something. We know in Georgia that our Republican, the Republicans ran an amazing voting institution here in the state of Georgia, and especially in Fulton County. The Republicans who were in office took care, made sure that every ballot was counted properly. The Republicans, who are the same people in Washington, they made sure that we all had correct ID. The Republicans made sure that nobody got food and water in line. The Republicans made sure that every ballot was counted correctly. And so I believe that that's sufficient for me, that we here in Georgia did everything we were supposed to do. And now if we hear something else, that's not going to be us. That's not going to be the Republicans who ran who were in charge of the Secretary of State, who was a Republican, and the governor is a Republican. They were in charge of making sure the ballots were all correct. And so I'm going to say that they were all correct. So what can we do now about it? We could just sit and wait till it's time again to vote. So we got 4 things we can do and 4 things we need to do because the weekend is up on us. And I saw some woman was advertising an event that starts at 7 o'clock at night. I don't know. Somebody might call and tell her she might want to read the news, read the newspaper, read the small print, look at TikTok, look on YouTube, go on Instagram and see what's happening. Because some of your basics you want to come to your event, that's not going to happen considering what is going on now. And don't forget the weather. Add the weather on top. Snow on top of ice. Just saying. Snow on top of ice. All right. So we're not marching in those streets. We did that. Been there, done that. Got to burn to prove it. We're not doing that. What we're going to do out of 4 recommendations that I would like to recommend: the power of prayer. Prayer, all of you know, prayer changes things. The power of the pen. You know you've gotten mail that has made a difference in your life. So send some mail. Send it in the mail. Do an email. Get a group of y'all and get together and send something out. The power of the dollar. Save your money. Save your money. Save your money. And the power of the ballot. It's coming. It's coming. Elections are coming. I love you. Yes, I do. And you can't do anything about it. Let's have a safe weekend. Let's work hard on having a wonderful weekend, whatever that is. Do it for yourself. Do it with your family. Make an opportunity for your family. Take care of your family. Family first. This weekend, every day, the Lord and the family first. I love you. And you can't do anything about it.